sick, it seems, or they'll come down with something. Have you had that before?
Yeah, absolutely. When I was an amateur guy, he got to the venue, and then it had highlights on my last fight on the television, and he saw me just working. This dude lighted him up. He goes, "Huh, that's funny." And he went to his car and he never came out. And like I was literally getting my hands wrapped, and then his buddy goes, "Yeah, my buddy's not gonna fight you, man." So and Matt goes, "That's absolutely BS. Like he's either gonna fight or we're gonna go out there and drag him out in the car. He's gonna kick his ass outside in the parking lot." But that fight never happened. I mean, I got to the point I made the weight, did the whole training or whatever you want to call it, training camp. I don't want to call it training camp like at that time. Trained for it, and the next thing you know, he didn't come out of the car, and I ended up fighting that night. So, I mean, I've been to the point where you almost get to walk out, and it's like, oh, he's not going to fight. I'm like, all right, thanks for coming. And so,
what's that like on your psyche when you're ready and you think you're fighting in 2 days and you're to get a paycheck, because that's how you have to get paid?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, you go back home and you just recollect. You know, I'm grateful that I'm healthy, and I'm grateful that the fight got rescheduled so quick.
Did the UFC offer you a fight to replace that for that fight card?
No, because what happened was just a viral infection. You know, they said, you know, I talked to the UFC doctor, Dr. Davison. He says he's just fine. He's just sick. Like, so the sickness will pass, and then you guys will fight, and then that'll be it. Like, if it was like a MRSA or staph or something like that where it takes antibiotics and all that stuff, then I think it'll be a little more serious. But, you know, they say he's just sick.
So how hard is that when you're training to peak at that time, and then it's like, not for a couple more weeks?
Yeah, you know, obviously it was very, it's hard, but, you know, I work with the best coaches, Matt Hume, Brad Kurtzen, and Joe Jameson with MMAWeekly.com, and being able to go back home and just reset everything. You know, Matt was, you know, right after that fight happened, you know, I didn't go to the local bar in Edmonton and have that delicious beer that they have up there. We sat down, we had dinner, and I was like, okay, so what's the game plan? You know, and there was a point in time Matt was like, you know what, I have to reevaluate. You know, I don't know if I want to put you back in there for another 4 weeks. So let me sit down and think about it. And we thought about it. He goes, you know what, we're going to go home. I want to reset. I want to rewatch video. I want to not re-game plan, but basically go over, you know, the thoughts that we have and stuff, and go from there. And then it worked out perfect.
Does reset mean you take a little bit of a breather for your body to heal a little bit?
Yeah, you know, I took 4 days off, you know, so I took that Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, and then went back into training. And that's the thing, man, like, my life does not involve around fighting. It truly doesn't. Like, literally before I came here, I had my whole house being wired for security. I had the internet get put in there, and I was talking to the tech guy, and I was like, hey guy, you know, the way I designed this house, you know, I made sure I had a smart box, that way you can have one hub for all this stuff. Then I'm on the phone with the air conditioning, and then I'm sitting there playing Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, trying to work on my combos. So I have, my mind's not even here right now. Like, the only time my mind needs to be on fighting is when I'm training at night, and then Saturday night. That's the only time my mind needs to be here for fight week, geared towards this fight.
That seems unusual, because most people have to seem like they have to focus.
No, not at all. I mean, I'm a very focused individual, a very motivated individual, and me just sitting there like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this. You're just wasting energy. You're just wasting your thoughts. I've been doing this for a long time, and why not get my mind off it? You know, Matt Hume, same thing. I mean, we're up there making jokes about certain things, and not even worry about fighting. And then, you know, literally when it comes time at like, you know, 8:45, 9 o'clock, when it's time to train, you know, all that other stuff, we leave that behind. We focus on the craft and make sure we're ready for Saturday night. Then once we're done training, we go right back into our other stuff and what's going on in our life. So, but yeah, that's how I've always carried myself.
So how did that conversation come when they said, we want you to fight on the Ferguson Lee card? That card already has a main event. Does it bother you that you're not the main event?
No, not at all. It doesn't bother me one bit. I mean, there's no difference, and literally, I mean, we have the fight rescheduled already. Like, once the UFC called me and they're like, hey, in Anderson at Thursday, like, hey, we're gonna, you know, he's sick. We're gonna put you guys on the October 7th card. So try to stay healthy, and we're gonna make it happen. So I knew this fight was gonna happen on that Thursday. But before you guys even knew, I just didn't start any damn business. So yeah, I mean, I had no problem with it. I mean, this is Kevin Lee and Tony Ferguson's main event. I have no problem whatsoever. I think a lot of people make it a big deal when, in my opinion, it's not a big deal. I'm still going to fight. I'm still going to go out there and try to break this record, and that's all that matters.